hear it?
Yep.
It's New Year's Day.
It happened New Year's Eve, so about 1,000 years ago, last night. There was an army captain, and his name was Teancum. Now remember that name, because Teancum, I love him. And they had been fighting this battle forever and ever and ever against this wicked man. He was a Nephite, but he was wickeder than sin, and his name was Amalickiah. And he started this war against the Nephites, and they were fighting and fighting and fighting. And do you think those men wish they could be home with their families on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
But no, they had to keep fighting to keep Amalickiah from taking their homes and killing their families. And as Teancum was that night, as he was thinking, he got madder and madder and madder. That Amalickiah was making all of them have to be fighting and killing people instead of being home with their families and having wiener roasts and singing and playing games. And you know what he decided to do? He thought, if I can just get rid of this Amalickiah, then maybe everybody could just go home and be happy. So he took his aide, that's his assistant, his person who helped him, and they snuck out of the Nephite camp, and they went over to the camp of the Lamanite soldiers, and they had to sneak past all the guards right to the tent where Amalickiah was asleep. And the kings, or the leaders, always had guards around them. So that was their job, to protect the leader. And if you didn't protect your leader, that was you would get killed, because that was your job. But somehow he got right up to Amalickiah, and he got him right in the heart, so that Amalickiah didn't even have a chance to cry out and say, he got me. And so then Teancum tiptoed back away, out from Amalickiah's tent, out from the Lamanites, and back over to the Nephites. And they got to the Nephites and they said, wake up, guys, wake up. We just killed Amalickiah, their leader. And who knows, they might wake up and find him dead, and they might come and attack us. So they all got up and they got ready. And that was how they spent New Year's Eve. So the next morning was New Year's Day, like this morning. And the Lamanites woke up, and Amalickiah was dead, dead, dead. And so then what do you think they did?
They just went home.
They didn't go home, because Amalickiah had a brother who was just as evil as he was. His name was Amram. They made him king next. I mean, they made him, the leader of the king, the leader of the Lamanites. And so he kept fighting that war, and it went on and on and on. But those poor Nephites, they just wanted to be left alone. They wanted to worship God. They wanted to grow their crops and take care of their animals and be with their families and have their little houses and their fields. But no, Amalickiah and Amram, the kingmen, wanted to take everything they had and make them their slaves. So they had to keep fighting for their freedom. So that's your New Year's Eve story. You don't want to hear the Halloween story, though, do you?
I do. I do.
No, it's about a witch, a real witch.